everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kelly and today I'm going to do another chit chat get ready with me. I have some issues with some newer products to me. I'm still trying to get them to work so I can gather my final thoughts, so I thought I'd turn on the camera, verbally talk about these products, yet talk to you guys. So I decided let's turn it into a chit chat get ready and let's see if we can finalize what we actually think about these products. Some of them I already have my final thoughts on, but I threw them in here anyways. I also have all of my Ipsy stuff because I had a couple people ask me to put them on my face and give some thoughts, so those are in here as well. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe and hit the like button, and let's jump into the makeup. Now that I got you guys zoomed in, I do have my full skincare routine on, as well as my sunscreen, and I have no idea what's going on with my hair, but there's this craziness going on over here, so we got some crazy hair today. Yeah, I don't know what I think about some of these products. I've tried them a couple different ways, and I don't know how I feel, and I'm going to keep constantly looking at that piece of hair. My hair is finally growing back, if you've wondered why it gets crazy like that. So I lost a lot of hair and it thinned out quite a bit, but it is growing back. So that is a positive. This is the Neutrogena It Matters priming stick. I don't usually like a matte primer, but gotta give it a fair shot, right? But I don't know how I feel about it. I've used it a handful of times. I've used it with a couple different other foundations. I just haven't decided. I am going in with the Revlon Candid foundation. I have mine in the shade 120, which is buff. And I've worn this quite a few times, so I have many notes on this foundation, which I'm excited to share with you guys. I have a couple more weeks of actually testing before I do final thoughts, just because some things are still somewhat new to me, and I like to give them a really fair shot and try them different ways, different methods, to see how it works best for my skin, which is very, very dry. Actually, I probably just one very dry now because the snow/ice mountains are starting to melt, so it's not as dry. I'm dealing with less static, which all of my girls are so excited because we don't have troll hair anymore. It's more manageable. But we always call it troll hair when it's just so dry and staticky. If you have tried any of these products, let me know your thoughts down below. Maybe you can help finalize some thoughts, or how it wears on me that you see through the camera. But I definitely have some opinions on this. Next, I'm going to go in with the Revlon Candid concealer. I have mine in the shade 10, which is vanilla. ULTA had all of the colors lined out for testers so that it was really easy to get the shade that I needed for both of these, and I'm so thankful for that. Because sometimes when they're in these darker tubes that, I mean, even though it looks like this, is it really this? I mean, this is darker than what it goes on my face, so I would not have naturally grabbed this. I would have grabbed something lighter, and I feel like I would not have liked it as well because of the shade. I don't like a white concealer on me. I tend to go something a little bit more skin tone, just as a preference, I guess. I do like it about a half a shade lighter, I'd say, compared to the foundation, but nothing too crazy. I want it to conceal, not so much as to brighten. And I think I've decided that the best way to apply concealer for myself is with my fingers. I will say that, because I've tried some other concealers that I hadn't been able to work with well in the past, and I started just using my fingers, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is, you know, amazing. I'm getting it to work easier, and so if you can't get it to work, try your fingers. Next, I'm going to go in with the Candid setting powder. I really do appreciate the sifter cap on here as well as the lid. And I'm going to go in with this big fluffy brush. This is kind of newer to me. Actually, no, I think this was new this month. It's the Flower Beauty Big Face Brush. Really liking it. And I typically do just stipple in my powders and make sure I get everything covered where I want it to be covered. And then I will swirl it in, make sure I don't have any globs of powder left somewhere. Yeah, this brush is insanely soft. I really, really love it. I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Total Temptation Brow Definer right here. I had pulled this out in my What's in My March bag for panning. So I am going to do a video about my thoughts on actually dedicating time to panning, because I've never done it before. I mean, I've used up products before, but I've never set some products aside and been like, let's see if we can use these up because they're so close to just being finished, which is kind of how I did my panning. I was debating about doing a full year of panning, but realistically, I like makeup too much to say I'm only using this until I hit pan. Blushes especially, I just love switching them up, and eyeshadows too. I don't think I've ever hit pan on an eyeshadow. That would be some dedication and lack of getting new, I suppose. I love buying new palettes. Face palettes, eye palettes, cheek palettes. I really do love them. I have a blush book I really like too. But I essentially just pulled out some products that were really, really close to being used up, just so that I can totally use it up and not let it go bad. So that video I think is coming next week. I'm not sure when you're seeing this. Okay, I think that's as good as we're gonna get. We are just related this today. I am going in with my Ulta Beauty eye primer in the color Nude. I have been back into loving this recently, so I've been using it every day. I like the Nude the best. I've got some of the colors, which actually the colors are really nice just to put on and go. But the Nude I like. It gives slight coverage, but not too much coverage. And I like the way it dries down, but it stays just a touch tacky. Shadow is a really deep one, really nice on top. Okay, for eyes, I am going in with my Lime Crime Venus XL2 palette, as well as the IBY Lush eyeshadow and Get Soaked from my Ipsy bag. I have not used the IBY shadow yet, so that will be interesting. And I did go through all of my singles. I don't have anything from IBY. I'm going to start with a fluffy brush right here. And I'm going to dip into the shade Ripe right here. Tapping off the excess, and I'm going to keep this somewhat low to my natural crease, but just slightly above. Not usually as high as I usually take it. And I'm just going to keep blending that out. Kind of tucked up right underneath where my brow bone is. I really do like this shade. This is one of those shades that you can build it up or sheer it out. So definitely you can control the pigment on this one. That is something I appreciate it. Sometimes I want the high pigment payoff, but sometimes I want to be able to control that pigment payoff as well. So I appreciate that when palettes give us the option. Next, I'm going to go into this little IBY eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to use a flat shadow brush. I'm going to start with it dry. It should be fine. It is just a matte, but you never know. Very little kick up in the pan, which is nice. Holy pigment. Okay. I did just tap in there a little bit, but that was a lot of pigment. Alright, we will do the other side. I don't think I want to build that up anymore. It's really, really pretty. Maybe on the outsides just a little bit. Yeah. Take that color all the way to the outside. This shade does look really similar to the one in pan, and I'm going to go ahead and swatch this. This is the IBY right there. It's very pretty. And then it looks very similar to In Bloom up here. So because I'm curious. There's that. No, they are a little bit different in tone. Definitely. This one, it seems to have a little bit more of a deeper mauve shade. And this one's a little bit more like a cooler pink, I think. They're close. They probably actually have the same effect on the eye, because when I placed it and then I looked down, I kind of remember that one. So, but it's good. I like that color. I'm digging the pinks. Next, I'm going to go into Thorn, which is right here. And I am going to use a small flat shader brush, and I am going to spray this. And I'm going to start close to the center of my lid, close to the center of my eye, and just tap it. My stomach is growling. I'm sorry. I won't be able to edit that out. This color is really, really cool. I think it's one of just like a topper, but it has different colored glitters, and it gives just a really cool, different kind of shift. I'll swatch it for you. It looks kind of plain, but when you swatch it, see, there's not a lot of pigment, but there's gold flecks and green flecks and pink flecks and purple flecks. I love this color. It's so pretty. It really does play really well with the greens and the pinks. Even if you went in with like just a brown neutral eye, it would be very, very pretty. So I've really been loving on that color. Next, I'm going to go in with a medium tapered brush. And ever so gently, I am going to dip into this color Classical down here. This color gets quite punchy quite quick, but if you lightly tap in it, tap off anything, and then just dab it on the outside, you do get just that slight deepened effect that I was going for. That was just one tap in, and I am just going to carry that along the top of my mobile eyelid, just kind of blending in the pink with that brown that we laid down in the transition. Just a slight deepening, nothing crazy. I'm going for quite simple today. But like I said, I'm just trying to get my feelings on everything, so trying to do something I haven't done, mixed colors I haven't mixed yet, and see how they all play together. Next, I'm going to take this pencil brush right here, and I'm going to go into the color Radiant, right here. This color has like a pink shift to it, and I'm going to take this very close to the inner corner, carrying it along the waterline as well. Oh, I like that. It's almost a gold shift, but it's got that pinky in it. I'm going to take this fluffier smudger brush, and I'm going to go in with the IBY pink right here. Tap into that, and I'm going to slide that right underneath my waterline down here. I've been loving pink on my lower lash line, which for the longest time I didn't. I always thought it made me look sick. But I had so many people say, oh my gosh, that pink really makes your eyes pop. And then I started to look at it a little different, I think. I was like, oh, maybe I should do that more. As always, I'm going to go in with my very small blending brush, and I'm just going to kind of run it alongside the shadow just so it doesn't have a harsh line. I'm going to move on to my face. Ooh, if I can get it open. I'm going to go in with the Becca Khloe Malika palette, and I am going to use the bronzer. And I just got kind of a fluffier brush. I believe it's a dual fiber brush. Kind of bronze up the cheeks a little bit. Of course, I have to bronze my forehead. I think I could bronze my forehead and not my cheeks. I would feel very off if I didn't bronze my forehead. It's so weird. I think many people are the opposite. They have to bronze their cheeks and could care less about the cheeks or the forehead. I'm opposite. That's okay. I am taking this pretty high, almost hitting right on the cheekbones. When I go for more of a natural bronze, I keep it quite high. And I'm going to go in with an angled brush, and I'm going to use this top blush up here. It's called Fierce. I'm just kind of stippling that on my cheek before I start blending it in. Same thing with the eyeshadow palette. You really can build up the color, which is really nice. Especially with a blush. And sometimes this side of my face grabs color so much faster than the other side. So being able to build one side is really nice. Because this one almost rejects the color and this side grabs it very quickly. Now I'm just going to go in with this kind of fluffier brush. For the highlighter, I'm going to use the highlighter I got in my Ipsy bag, which is this Ofra highlighter in Star Island. Oh yeah. I really, really love Ofra highlighters. I'm going in so gently, and it's absolutely beautiful. And this makes me so happy to have this because the one I have is quite gold. So I can't wear it in like the cooler months. It's too much for my very fair skin. It's too gold, but I can get away with it in the summer. Any excess I just rub on my forehead, just kind of liven it up because I am so dry. I'm going to pop some liner and mascara on. I'll be right back. Okay, and here's the finished look. I did go in, of course, with my Cargo Swimmable in my tight line, and then in my lower lash line, I went in with a Maybelline Lasting Drama light liner in Skinny Bronze. I really like this one. It plays really well with the pink, and of course, I went in with the Rimmel London Scandaleyes Retro Glam mascara. I really like that one. And then on my lips, I just have the Fluid Elsewhere. It's just a clear lip gloss, so I've been liking this. But I will have everything linked in the description box below what I did use today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and kind of talking things through, putting things on my face, getting a feel for what I think of some of it. Some of it, I already have a landslide opinion about it. I have compared most of these products with other ones, comparing side by side, half face kind of thing, and see how they wear, how they applied. And the March haul update will be quite interesting, I think, because I've really put some of these to the test and things might surprise you as far as what I think. If you haven't already, please do subscribe and hit the notification bell. I do uploads every Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up, help my channel out. If you have any requests or content ideas, go ahead and leave those in the comments section or head over to the discussion page. You can message me there. You can also find me on Twitter at glam_Kelly, or on Instagram, you can also find me there, Glam with Kelly as well. I will see you in the next video. Bye!